What is going on, everybody? Hope you are doing well, and welcome back to another Dune Awakening video. So in this video we were actually out getting footage for another project I'm working on when we happened to come across a spice field. So of course out we go, and we started compacting. Everyone's done this, and it's not that hard. These worms you can pattern pretty well. You know, you compact. Ooh, he's breaching close. Compact some spice. You get the notification, get up in the air and away, and everything's fine. Rinse and repeat until the field is gone. I use an Omni compactor, and I do have the soft step boots, which reduce aggro, so we get a little bit extra time, but as you can see, they still breach. If you've watched my content or any of my live streams, you'll know I like to be thorough. I could pull 508. What are you doing? Okay, it's just going to slide down the hill. I could pull 580 spice out of a small field, and that's what I like to get. So even though we're firing off here on some of those edges, it's the way I like to play. So I want to make sure that I get everything. And in my earlier career of spice harvesting, I would bypass some spice fields just because of the level of danger, specifically the ones that you would find on drum sand. And as I've gotten a little more experienced, a little more knowledgeable, it's actually really easy to harvest spice off of drum sand, even though it is dangerous. You just got to change the way you approach it a little bit. But that's what we're going to cover here in this video. Now I want to show you, we cleared this field off. Yep, everything's fine. I think he's going to come. Nope, he didn't come again. And we're going to get airborne, and we decided just to head back to our base. And that's where things start to get a little interesting, because apparently the spice was really flowing today for us. I'm not going to complain. So with that field all cleaned up, we started heading back towards our base. And, you know, we're always scanning the ground and see what we can see. And I hadn't really even gotten up to a cruising altitude when we noticed down here in the bottom corner, right there, you can see we got another spice field. It's kind of interesting because this is the way we headed out. That wasn't there. Didn't remember the bloom going. Well, let's transfer this over right away. So we're going to come down here and get this field. And in the process of heading towards this one, we get another spice bloom. This one came in off to the left, and we're sighting it up, and you can see it starting to bloom right around here. Kind of hard to see, but yep, off in the distance, almost dead due east of us. So we're going to mark that in our head, and we're going to clear off this field, make sure nothing's around, and then we'll go ahead and head over to what would end up being our third spice field, which was, you know, pretty great. Definitely no complaints on that. I like to try and get as much out of each one of these fields as I possibly can, so I'm not that efficient with my compactor. I'll fire it off in spots that I'm really not pulling a whole ton in. I've seen a lot of people that will drop into a field, just grab the middle and fly away, but no, I tend to be a little more thorough in what I do. So we end up heading around here. This worm was a little more behaved than the one from the previous field, but he still had his moments. You'll see that here coming up soon. But we end up clearing out everything from this field and get back up in the air. We'll come back and get that one in just a second. I did turn and notice. I like to keep my eyes on the worms when they go, and this guy's breaching hard, so I don't know if he's a sky halud or a shy halud, so we're going to give him a wide berth, let him do his thing. And we picked up that last little bit, but when we headed east, we came across this field, and as you can see, this thing is solidly inside of some drum sand. In my early days, I used to just bypass these because it's just a little too dangerous. But with proper positioning, you can snag these fields just like you can get any other one. What you want to do is make sure you land in an area that when you jump out of your Thopter, you're going to be able to fire off your compactor and pick it up right away. It takes very little movement. Even that compactor is going to alert the worm, so you're only going to get maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 shots at most. And again, keep in mind I am wearing those soft step boots, so we're a little less aggroed. But he's coming, so we're gonna get out of here. And yeah, it's all about positioning and then realizing that you're only gonna get a couple shots before you got to get back up in the air. Luckily, the sun started going down, so finally heat stroke wasn't a problem anymore. But we drifted off into that PvP zone. It was a little sketchy. But here we are. We're going to line ourselves up so that when we land and jump out, we're going to be able to start compacting right away. And boop, and boop. We'll take a little bit of a step forward, but we're trying to just minimize our motion, try to minimize our movements, and minimize the effect of those compactors. But we're still going to take our time. We're going to get everything out of here. Let's see. That was a pretty good one. That one went all the way to the edges. That's a smaller side. We'll clear this one off. Okay, well that's not good. That could be devastating if the Sardaukar ship stuns us while they deploy. Yeah, it's time to go. We're going to get up in the air and we're going to give that ship time to clear out, and we're going to give the worm time to clear out. But as you can see, we've got, I don't know, 75% of this field already taken in. I don't have any more fuel cells, so that gas gauge is also being a little concerning. We're going to let him do it. Yep, the ship's gone. So again, we're going to come down here, position ourselves to where as soon as we hop out, we're good. I don't like this, so we're going to move a little bit forward. And there we are. And I want to make sure that when I fire this off, it gets underneath my Thopter more so than it gets away from it, because I can walk away. We'll come over here. Yep, that'll be alright. Got a little bit over there. I think we're going to go after it. Like I said, I'm thorough. That's the way I play. Yeah, we'll grab this one. And there's a little bit over there. We might come back for that. And that's going to be it. So there you go, folks. This is spice harvesting on drum sand. It's basically just, you're going to be more trips in the air to get away from the worm. But a key thing to it, and what'll make it a lot easier and a lot better for you, is just your initial positioning. Realize that you're going to make several trips, so cut it into quarters, cut it into thirds, however you want to do it. It doesn't matter. This was actually pretty cool because, like I said, we got 3 spice fields in a row, and we're kind of trapped in Haga right now, so can't head out to the deep desert this cycle. Or, well, we can head out there, but we just don't have a base out there. But anyway, so we're relying on spice here in Haga Basin, and getting 3 in a row is pretty good. But yeah, don't be afraid of drum sand, guys. You can do it. Remember, the spice must flow. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care.